Good morning, everybody. I'm Logan, and today I'm going to be taking you along with me here on Brian's farm. It is freezing out today. I don't know exactly the temperature last night, but I can tell you right now it's 9 o'clock and it's still below freezing. First thing I'm going to do here is start the Kubota. I got to turn the key halfway, and you can see right there it's heating up the glow plugs. After it clicks like 3 or 4 times, it'll be ready to start. Right there. You can tell it's just a little slow starting because of how cold it is. So we had to get some of that equipment out so Dad could go down to the barn and clean some of the calf pens out. While he's doing that, I'm gonna get the Kubota hooked up to the trailer, throw a bin on and some crates. That way we can go down and get some cabbage, kale, and collard greens for market on Wednesday, which will finally be the last day for the season. So I got the crates on the Kubota and the bin on the wagon. Dad's still not done yet, so I'm gonna head over to the high tunnel one last time for the season and try and get some green tomatoes out of there. Probably about at least 25 degrees warmer in here. My camera's even starting to fog up a little bit. Well, it's starting to get pretty bad now. All right, the camera's fogging up still a little bit, but I gotta get going, so I'm gonna try and show you guys what's going on in here. You can see something like this, how it's on the outside, laying right on the ground. Even though it's in here and the sides are closed, we don't actually have heat in here, so it still gets very cold at night. And as you can see right there, it got frosted and it's even getting soft now. But some of the ones like this that are underneath the leaves and protected are still perfect. Now my mom has been through here the past couple days picking a ton out of here. And there isn't much good left in here, but there is some. And I'm gonna go through and try and get all the good ones I can because it's supposed to get, I think, even down into the teens tonight. And after that, this is all finished. So we'll see what I can get. I have to be very careful that I don't put any bad ones in because obviously I don't want a customer to get a bad one and I don't want that bad one to rot all the other ones in the basket next to it. Now, these will probably all be sold tomorrow at market because like I said, it is our last day and there will be quite a few people there, but just in case, I still want to be safe and make sure everything's good and ready to be sold. Wow, an orange one. That's a lucky find. Well, this is all I got here. This high tunnel is now done, along with the other one down below. We had a great year. We always say every single year, we should try and keep track of how many baskets we pulled out of here because just this high tunnel alone, we probably pulled at least 300-400 baskets out of, and that's, you can't ask for any more than that. So I'm happy. And now the next step for this high tunnel will be getting these plants out of here, lifting the fabric, tilling the soil. So now me and Dad just got down to the cabbage field. This whole field is pretty much picked, but there is a couple stragglers here and there, so we're gonna go and finish cleaning the whole field because just like the tomatoes, if it gets down into the teens, this cabbage is gonna really get hurt bad. You can kind of see on some of the leaves already that it's been frosted, but if you take those top couple leaves off, it's perfect. We're filling the bin with a variety of different cabbage. The first one I was picking was just regular. This here that my dad's putting in the bin now is Savoy. And then later on you'll see me picking red cabbage. This cabbage here is a perfect example of how it can look after it gets frosted. Really ugly and not so nice on top, but after you take those couple leaves off, it looks perfect. So now we're moving into turnips, and unlike the cabbage and tomatoes, turnips can take the cold a little bit better. Hopefully if it doesn't get too cold tonight or the next couple nights, we can keep picking these for a couple more days. After I get them picked, I'll lay them by my dad, who will then cut the bottom root off, cut the leaves off, and then throw them in the basket to be washed. Big guy. Now we're on to kale. We've been picking kale pretty hard lately. There isn't a lot left. We're gonna almost finish it up today, but there's still gonna be one more picking in here yet.
You could cut those stems off. I think they used to be in there. Like, more like that than...
Well, I know, but there was one down real low.
the mud. Maybe we should pack in there.
Up next is broccoli. Now you can kind of see that these are really tiny shoots. I explained earlier in the season how first when broccoli grows, it gets a nice big main head, and then after you pick that main head, it just shoots off all these little shoots. Now, more in the mid-season, we do get some nicer sized shoots, but since it's been so cold, they're just not growing quite right, and they're not getting to the size they usually would. But they are still beautiful, and we're gonna finish cleaning the patch today. So now we're moving on to collard greens. We don't usually take these to Scranton, but we did get a big order for them, so we're gonna take a couple crates up. I don't eat these very often, but when I do, my pap usually makes them with a ham hock, and they're delicious. They're kind of in the cabbage and broccoli family. What you do is you take that hard stem out of the middle and just use the outer leaf.
I can't hold them.
Yeah, they're going to be good eating, little tender ones. But that cabbage is going to hold it grow.
What do you got there, Dace?
So the last thing we're going to be harvesting for today is red beets. There is quite a few up here, but we have to be careful because the mice are starting to get into them, and they'll chew a hole right into it. We cut red beets a little different than how we cut turnips. For red beets, what happens is as they get older, their leaves will sometimes die off and they'll get little black stems there, so we have to pull them off. And then when we cut the leaves, we like to leave them about 2 inches long, just like you see there in the basket, and then they're ready to go through the washer and be washed.
Are these from the first row down there?
Yeah.
Get it pretty nice. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Beautiful.
That's nice.
Tastes good. Red beets. Wow. That's actually sweet. Sweet and tender.
All right, so we just got finished up here for today. As you can see, there's nothing here no more. We got the van backed in 'cause it's supposed to be really cold tonight and we still have some vegetables on there we don't want to freeze. In the cooler here, we have, well, it's very full. My dad just got it repacked. Everything that's gonna go to market tomorrow. Collard greens, potatoes, red beets, cabbage, spaghetti squash over there, and a bunch of garlic. We did run out of onions, so these bagged right here are gonna go to our market, and then those back there in the corner, well, not all the way in the corner, right behind that bin there in the black basket, they are gonna go to market with us tomorrow, and then 1 or 2 baskets we're gonna save for ourselves just so we have to get us through the winter. Oh, and I also forgot about kale. So all in all, we had a really good day. As a matter of fact, we had a really good year. We want to thank everybody for supporting us, coming out and seeing us at market. Thank you, and we hope to see you next year. And with that being said, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. And always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.